Shabbat Shalom. This morning's Torah portion, Parshat Va'ektanan, Moses continues his review of everything with our people, everything they need to know before they're going to enter into the Promised Land. And of course, most famously, Moses again repeats the Aseret HaDibrot, right? The 10 Commandments. Except this time, there is one, what might appear to be subtle change in the 10 Commandments, but I believe is actually a major change in the 10 Commandments. And that is in the commandment number 4 to what we're supposed to do around Shabbat. So in the original version, right, in the book of Shemot, the book of Exodus, it says, Zachor et HaShabbat, right? Remember to keep Shabbat. And this morning, when we hear the 10 Commandments in a little bit, it says, Shamor et HaShabbat, right? That we are supposed to guard or protect Shabbat, right? There is a difference between remembering something and actively guarding or protecting it, right? And the rabbis, of course, have many commentaries about why do we have this subtle difference between the two versions of the 10 Commandments. But the most obvious one from my perspective is that we are being told as we're about to enter into the Promised Land that we cannot be passive as a Jewish people, right? Remembering something is a passive act, right? I can remember something, hopefully our memories work, et cetera, et cetera. But to actually guard, right, to actually protect, to actually do something is active. And what Moses is telling our people is that in order for us to be successful as a people, we have to be active. We cannot be a passive people. And I think that's a really important message for us, not just today, but every day, that we have to remember that we have to be active. We have to take an active role, not only in our Judaism, right? And I'm preaching to the choir, you're all here at shul, right? But it's not just in our Judaism, but it's also in being active in standing up for our rights, right? Standing up against the anti-Semitism we see around us. We can't just passively sit back. Right? We have to actively raise our voices. We have to actively be part of our Jewish community on a daily basis. And that is the only way we will continue to be successful as a Jewish people. Moses tells our people this, right, before they're going to enter into the Promised Land, and that's what allows us to be successful under Joshua when we ultimately enter into the Promised Land in the book of Joshua. And it's what has allowed us to be successful, in my view, for the last 3,000 years, right? We are successful because we take an active role. We don't just sit back and watch things happen around us. When we see things happening, we take an active part in it. So whether that's an active part in how we practice our Judaism or an active part in raising our voices and trying to fight against the injustices we see around us, my hope and prayer for us this morning as we hear the Aseret HaDibrot again, for the second time in our Torah, here in Devarim and Deuteronomy, is that we are reminded to shamor, right? Reminded to protect, to guard, and be together with our Jewish people as well.